Imagine growing up in the projects, watching your parents struggle to pay bills, never knowing if tomorrow going to be better. Now imagine turning that life around into a multi-billion-dollar empire. Sounds impossible, right? Well, one man actually did exactly the thing. And the lessons from his journey might just change how you look at success forever. But before I get to this story, the crazy story, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And his name is Howard Schultz, the man who turned Starbucks into a global empire. Started with nothing. Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1953, his family lived in the public housing, basically government assistance homes that government pays half of your rent or whatever the program is. It's just cheap rentals. His father worked in low-paying jobs with no benefits. At one point, Howard watched his father come home injured from work, and the family had nothing. No insurance, no backup plan, nothing. And right there, young Howard made a promise to himself. If I ever get the chance, I will create a company where people will be treated with dignity. Pause right there for a second. This is your first lesson. Sometimes the biggest companies are born not from money actually, but from pain and struggle. But here's the thing. Having a dream is easy. Everybody has one. Turning it into a reality, that's where 99% of people actually quit or fail. However, Howard did not quit. And what he did next might actually shock you. Early in his life, he actually went to college on a football scholarship because that was his only way out. After the graduations, he worked at the sales jobs, climbing slowly, and one day working at a coffee company called Hammerplast. He noticed a small coffee shop in Seattle ordering a crazy number of drip coffee makers. Curious, he flew across the country to see it. That shop was called the Starbucks. At the time, it was just a small operation selling coffee beans, not drinks. But Howard saw something that owner didn't see. He said, this could be more just the beans. This could be a place, an experience that people will remember. So now stop here for a second. How many times in your life you have looked at opportunity, but failed to see the bigger picture? That's going to be your lesson too. Opportunities don't scream, they whisper. And the people who listen, they actually change their lives. So Howard joined Starbucks, but when he pitched his vision to the owner, turning Starbucks into Italian-style cafe, serving espresso drinks, the owner said no. They didn't believe in it. Most people would have given up, but not Howard. He quit and started his own coffee shop. He called it El Giornale. Hopefully I said it right. He had no money. He had to raise $1.6 million from investors, pitching the dream again and again and over. Dozens of rejections, back to back to back to back. But he kept going. Eventually, he opened. And it actually worked. People loved it. So when the original Starbucks owners were ready to sell, Howard Schultz bought the company. And that was the moment everything changed. But hold on a second. This isn't just a rags to riches story. Because what Howard did after buying Starbucks is a real reason he became a billionaire. He expanded very aggressively, but not recklessly. He created a culture where employees, even part-time employees, got a portion of the stock options and the health benefits. So remember, his promise as a kid, he kept it. And here's the kicker. Starbucks wasn't selling coffee, not just the coffee. It was selling a belonging. The place between home and work. That was his big idea. Starbucks wasn't just serving coffee, it was creating a sense of home away from home. It became a place where people go and socialize, do their work, do their homework. And the sense of comfort and community just transformed Starbucks from simple coffee shop into a culture phenomenon. Because in the end, people don't just buy products, they buy how those products make them feel. This is why people lined up and pay $5 for one simple coffee instead of brewing them at home for pennies. So here's a lesson 3. The product is important, but the experience you build around that one product, what makes you unstoppable. So think about this for a second. How many great ideas just die because someone was scared to keep going after the first no? Well, Howard heard no dozens of times. Did he quit? No, there would be no Starbucks if he did. Howard Schultz went from broke living in the projects to a billionaire, not because he had money, but because he had 4 things. Number 1, he turned his pain into the purpose. Number 2, he saw opportunity where people saw nothing. Number 3, he refused to quit after multiple rejections. And number 4, he focused on people and experience, not just the product. And those are lessons you can apply right now to anything in your life, no matter where you're starting from. So next time when you walk into a Starbucks, remember one thing. It's not just a coffee shop. It's a proof that decision to see bigger, push harder, and own your dream can take you from a broke person to a billionaire in a matter of days. If this story inspired you, hit the subscribe button, like our video, because in Red, White, and Revenue, we break down the real paths that people took from building a freedom, from coming from broke to a billionaire, so you can build your dream as well.